So here in Canva, we have the 5 different templates you can use to design something. They all are something different. You can also do your custom dimensions with it, which is helpful if you have a specific layout you need. But for most of the time, you're just going to be using the social media box right here for Facebook or Instagram or any other general things like that. So it'll just, once you click on it, it'll pull it up and get it ready for you. Here we have the layouts. So these are just can give you ideas of how you can style things, or you can pull different design elements, but it can get kind of tricky deciding which to use and which not. So sometimes it's better just to start with your own background. Here are the elements you can use. These are the free photos that Canva has. If it says free on it, you can use it and distribute it. The grids are, I don't use very often. You can pull different photos inside them and make like a kind of a collage of photos. So anytime those sky and hills are in the background, you can put photos in them. Same thing with the frames. This is just to shape photos in specific shapes. And then these are shapes where you can just put them in the background, or you can make kind of like frames with them. You can put photos in them. And then lines are pretty basic, just little design elements you can put in for some color or separation between words, something like that. Looking at illustrations can be really helpful too. These are all free unless they say pro at the bottom. It'll be labeled if they're free. And you can use the search bar to find something in particular. So I'll use the example of light bulb here. So here's just a couple examples you can use in your templates and help just add some fun to your designs. And there's a bunch of different options for illustrations and shapes. So now we're going to get into headings. So if you want a heading, use the add heading button, and that's for like your titles or the main focus of the words. And for this, we'll use that one. And then you can also use, I like to do add subheading, that little button. And there's also backgrounds. So if you click on these different ones, click on that one. Make sure that you have to click that box first, and then you can choose any of these and it'll go to the background and add some pizzazz. Just for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to use just white, keep it simple, but know that those are options to use different color backgrounds and different designs. And this is where you can upload your photos. So if you have any images you want to upload yourself from your computer, this is where you go to. So you can also do it, you can purchase some from Canva or go to Facebook. But here we'll just upload from the computer. It'll bring you right into your computer. And then here I have a first 5 image ready that I want to put into this Canva. So it'll upload it, and then that means it's loading while it's waving there. And then once that green bar is filled, it'll just download right onto the Canva square. So you can play around with that. You're going to have to change the sizes and stuff throughout, just depending on how much text you add and all that stuff. But for now, we'll keep it that size. And now we're going to want to add our text. So this is just going to be a little Canva about how to contact First 5 Butte County, just to keep it simple and relatable. So here we'll do the add heading bar. And so this will be like our main title apart from the First 5 California image that I uploaded. So it's pretty easy. You can just type right in it and then move it around with the cursor if you need to. I'm going to make that a little smaller. So now I'm going to add some subheading. So this is just stuff that maybe is not quite as important. It's a little bit more information. You don't want it to be technically a title. So here I'm going to put just how to get in touch with Butte County First 5. And then I'll add another one. I like to do separate boxes for separate lines, but that's kind of a preference. And then I have the first 5 page ready. I'm just going to copy and paste your guys' address for official address for Butte County. So copy and paste, just Control V into this document, and it'll go right there. Then I'll do one more, and I'll grab your phone number that's on the website and copy and paste that as well. So Control C to copy, and then go ahead and go back and Control V, just click in that subheading, and it'll paste right there. Great. So now I think we're going to play with the font a little bit. I don't love this font. You can use all of these selections, whichever one you like the best. I like to keep it just simple, so I think we'll probably go with this one, Custard, I don't know how to say it. So click on that. Sometimes it takes a while to load, so just be patient. If that little circle on the left is spinning, that means it's loading. Don't Try to click anything while that goes. Yeah, there we go. So I like that a little bit better, and I want to make sure it's all in the same line, so I'm going to lengthen it out a little bit, and then I'm going to make all of these subheading text boxes the same font as well. So we want to make sure all the font is matching unless you're doing a different font for impact, but for this, we're just going to keep everything in the same font. All right, so that looks good. And I'm just going to play around a little bit. You know, nothing on here is permanent, so just play around with it till it looks really good. I'm going to change the sizes, make sure the focus is on the right words, what we think is the most important. Okay, so now I'm going to try to find some images to put in here, just for some more fun. So I typed in children, just because that's what you guys focus on, so putting a picture of kids in here would be a good idea. A lot of these say pro, which means we can't use them because you need the pro membership, which costs money to use, but anyone that says free we can use. So those ones are pretty cute. I'm going to go with this one just because I like that it's more horizontal. So just play around with it. Figure out where it looks good. You might have to change the size of a few things so it's not too small. We don't want an image to be too small or to look out of place. I want to make sure that's all on the same line. Yeah, they're all evened up, so they're all centered properly, and then I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. And one thing that's cool about Canva is those lines, when you start moving images or text boxes, they'll line it up for you, so it'll show you that line. If it's centered, it'll connect with them. So right now it's not centered, and now it is. So that's kind of helpful, so things aren't always totally off. I'm going to make sure that one's centered as well. And see, now that's centered. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now I'm just going to put a little frame around it just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. So I'm just going to click on this basic one. The gray one fills in color, so do the one with just the black in the background. Yeah, so just put this around, and that kind of just blocks it in better. And I'm going to change the color because I think black is a little bit too hard for this. So just go ahead and play around with the colors. I'm going to try blue at first and see if that works out. And if you don't like the blue they give you, there's this circle, and you can have limitless amounts of colors you can play with. So if you drag that cursor around this circle, you can get just a variation of all the colors. So this is the transparency button. If you want something to be a little bit see-through or transparent, you can play with that. Sometimes that's helpful with colors. If it's too bright or you want something to peek through in the back, this will do. I'm still trying to find a better color that will go with the rest of this. This blue, if we use the same color or something in the logo, we want it to be the same exact color, which is what I'm having a hard time with right now. So I might try to do something a little more yellow or orange. So play with that. Yeah, and then kind of just adjusting the different colors here. And if you have a specific number code, you can plug it into that where that little code number is right there. Yeah, so I like that. Here you can save. It saves every couple seconds automatically, but never hurts to do. If you want to share it, you can plug it in here or send people an email, and then just press it and it'll send it to them. But the best way to do it is just download it. So you want to make sure that the title right here is what you want the download to be titled as. So just title it whatever you think is appropriate. So I title it First Five Butte County, and then you just go ahead and press download, and it'll download right to your computer. So it'll pull up right there, and it'll pop up, and then you can send it as an image, and you can plug it into your Facebook